What's going on, y'all? So I guess kind of in response to my last post about training youth athletes and when to get started, I got a couple questions regarding in-season training, right? And so for right now, for those of you that don't know, I train a lot of baseball and softball athletes. And in California, the majority of the high school athletes are in season. So, in-season lifting. Okay, here's my take on it. In-season lifting is 100% important. You have to do it. It's not it's not a negotiable. You should be lifting in season, and this is for any sport. But for baseball and softball, because that's what we're talking about, you need to be lifting in season. Okay. The season is long. You play a lot of games, right? And if you did this thing right, you worked up to a point at the beginning of the season where you were at your strongest, your most explosive, your most powerful. You created in the off season the best possible product you could to put out on the field for this season, right? But your goal wasn't to be the best you could ever be game one and then gradually get worse, right? Your goal in most cases was to have the best season you ever had, to help your team get to the playoffs, help your team get to a championship, win a ring, create some memories, right? You don't want to, blow it out in the first 4 or 5 games and have, 4 or 5 home runs and then go on a slump and not get the ball out of the infield for the rest of the season. You don't want, at the end of the season, for the bat to feel like a tree trunk. You don't want your fastball to become a changeup. You don't want, you being a leadoff hitter and you snatching bags left and right at the beginning of the season to you getting thrown out every time towards the end of the season. So how do you do that? Well, one, you have to remember how you got there, right? So if you trained hard in the off season to be better for this season, why would you stop, right? Just like in the off season, you're taking hitting lessons and you're doing fielding, increased fielding as you get closer to the season. If you're a pitcher, you're doing pitching lessons, trying to prepare you for the season. And then you get to the season and you don't field anymore. You don't do any fielding practice. You don't hit anymore. You don't go to your pitching coach anymore. Like, I don't think anybody does that, right? Because even though you're in season and you've learned all off season how to hit a certain way, or certain things to do in a fielding situation, or how to throw a certain ball, or your mechanics when you have a certain pitch, but you still go during the season to make sure that those tools are refined, to make sure that you're still doing it right, that you're still hitting the right spots, that you're still loading the right way. And so in-season training is the same, right? You should still be doing in-season. You should still be lifting weights. I think the problem and how we got here is maybe scheduling, right? Maybe you don't schedule it right, or somebody in the past didn't schedule it right, and so you have kids that never really got an opportunity to recover. You play on Monday, and you feel like you got to take the rest of the day off because you played a game. So then, when do you lift? Okay, I'll lift Tuesday because I don't have a game again until Wednesday. But then Wednesday comes and you're sore from the efforts of Monday and Tuesday because you didn't have a day to recover. And so now you play Monday, lifted Tuesday, played Wednesday. Now, God forbid you guys have a tournament or you have anything to do with your club team or your travel team on the weekend, because you're going to have nothing left, right? So what we have to do or want to try to do, or what I do with my athletes, or what I would like to do with my athletes when their schedules work accordingly, is, let's say you pitch on that Monday, right? Or you play on that Monday. Let's just say we play, whatever position, right? If at all possible, I want to try to get you in that same day, right? And the reason why is I want to try to take as much of that stress that lifting in games have involved in them and put it into one 24-hour window, because then your body can recover. And so now we got your game on Monday, you got your lift out of the way, your post-game lift out of the way. Now you have all day Tuesday to recover. And then you have all of Wednesday morning to recover again before you play your Wednesday afternoon game, right? So now you're looking at, 24 to 36 hours of recovery, even more maybe from the time you lifted to the time you play your game. Okay, so we got a full day and then some to recover. You should be fine, right? Now you play your Wednesday game, and again, or maybe you play Monday, Thursday, whatever, whenever is your next game, right? Same idea. We play that game, we get in some good quality work, and then after that, we recover and we rest until the next week. Or, if it's a Wednesday game, then you have Thursday, Friday to recover before that weekend activity, if you have any. If you don't, then maybe you might want to move your Wednesday lift to one of those off days, either Thursday or Friday. You have a little more room to play with, right? But again, that's up to you. Maybe you play Monday, you don't do anything Tuesday, you lift on Wednesday after the game, and then you take Thursday off, you lift on Friday, and then you have Saturday and Sunday to recover before next Monday's game, right? I just think we have to be a little smarter about how we schedule it up. I know we definitely in season changed the way we load. I like to keep the intensity high, right? I'm talking like 80% or above in terms of some of the major lifts that we do. I still like to do explosive lifts. I won't do a full clean in season. I will do some clean pulls. I may do kettlebell swings as we get further in the season. Kind of depends on where we're at. I don't do any real specific med ball work. Keep it pretty general. We don't do any movements that mimic sports-specific stuff. What we're doing, though, is we're trying to keep a level of strength and a level of power that we built going into the season. So this isn't maintenance, right? We're not going into the season and then breaking it down into 2 sets of 10 to 12, or we're just trying to maintain. I don't know what we would maintain with that. But we do want to try to keep our strength up. Our strength gives us the ability to be explosive. So we still train pretty
2 miles. Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 46B for California 210 West toward Pasadena.
Got it. So we train pretty heavy, but we keep the volume low, right? So our normal 45 minute to an hour workout, our weight room workout would probably be 30 minutes, right? 25, 30 minutes, you're in, you're out, you work all the stuff that we need to work on. We get our mobility, we get our flexibility, we get our power, our strength stuff knocked out. Whatever specific stuff you may have, we get that knocked out, and you're out of there and ready to recover for the rest of the day up until the next game, right? For pitchers, starting pitchers especially, our program is a little different. We have something that's really specific for them, but the idea is pretty similar, right? Game day, you still have a game day lift, and then we have some stuff that goes along with it for each day as we progress throughout the week leading up until that next start. Very similar to what we did in Major League Baseball or minor league baseball, I should say. Very similar program, very similar to what they do. So yeah, so
half a mile. Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 46B for
in-season programming is important. Treat it just like you did your off season, right? Get after it, get better.